All right, welcome everyone. Um, Sorry for starting the stream a little late. I got caught up in a 0 hour set that was supposed to be played a little earlier, but due to time constraints, I had to play it a bit later than I wanted to. So yeah, welcome to the Contra X live stream. So obviously we're on the internal build, so the stuff that's sort of been in the works for a couple months now. We can at least show it. I'd say a lot of this build has been, early on at least, has been tackling mainly balance issues, but there's definitely a lot of new content in this build, so should be excited to see how it goes. So let me just open up a game. I'll message the guys on Discord. Let me just, yeah, pull up a map. Alright, nice. They're already on. So I got the scoreboard up. Alright, we'll do this idea that I was thinking of originally, so let's do it. So it's going to be a set between DCE and Predator, two of the main Contra devs, at least in modern versions of the mod, so alright. Just want to make sure there's some criteria. Alright, nice. Good luck, have fun. And yeah, so when it's 11 o'clock my time, that's when I'm gonna call off the score and see who wins. So we got infantry versus flame. That's our first matchup. So I like this matchup because it's actually kind of you can go either way for sure. No, I meant between these two only, not no, I'm just planning to observe more than anything. So yeah, I think it's an even matchup because the crawlers are pretty fragile, so they can get very easily bursted. But if you kite with the crawlers, then theoretically Inf shouldn't lose this matchup. Flame also has faster dragon tanks than Inf. That's another thing. So it's a little bit scary to fight against the dragons early on, especially if you're out of position. It looks like we have a double barracks build actually. I think he might be predicting like a infantry rush from the new barracks, but we'll see. See what Pred's going for. He's going for a war factory, but this dozer is going forward, so he might be trying to contest the caps of his own, but he's actually going forward supply. I don't know if I agree with that. especially because it's kind of unnecessarily putting it in a really dangerous spot. There's actually three dozers from DC, and it looks like he's basically gone all in for like the map control. Because I think one barracks is going capture and the other one's pumping infantry. And yeah, this is what I mean. Like, this feels like a very unnecessary forward supply from Pred, in my opinion. If he just puts it here, it's way easier to defend. Whereas if you just put it out flat out in the middle like this, you can shoot over the piles, you could just put a bunker like this. And yeah, now suddenly Pred's on one supply, and he invested on two supplies, but DC's on one supply, but at least he's invested mainly in this sort of expansion. There's a flamethrower inside that bunker too, so it's gonna burn that infantry down very easily. Let's see what's the first unit, and he's going for the new troop crawler variant. This is I'm missing the strings, but this is the flame crawler. It's gonna be replacing the dragon tank that infantry currently has. So now every single unit in the war factory at rank 1 is a crawler variant of some sort, except for the artillery piece, which we might actually see. Now we're just gonna see another AT crawler. I'd get a howitzer at this point to try and clear up this bunker, because this bunker is just really obnoxious to deal with at this stage. And yeah, it's basically got a flame turret and it's a crawler. It's got the regular crawler armor, so this is one of the only anti-garrison vehicles that actually has a weakness to RPGs. Most garrison clearing vehicles, they resist RPGs, but as we're gonna see here, this thing actually gets melted just like any other crawler. And yeah, the infantry still die inside if you kill the crawler with infantry inside of it. He's killed the oil, which is good. He needs to either get a capture or yeah, he get his second supply, which is at least good. But yeah, I feel like Pred could have had such a stronger lead if he didn't go for this really aggressive supply. He does have a crawler with a prop soldier next to it, but I think it's just tank hunters inside of this. He actually put it inside just to transport it around quicker, which is smart. I think he's waiting on the capture, but I'm not sure, because I don't see infantry being pumped up. I'd like to see a couple more dragons, honestly, from DCE. I think a dragon in the flanks, like just two simultaneously, can be really deadly on this map. I mean, yeah, he dropped signal mines just now there, but I think if he just sends it like directly, he won't trigger the mines, for example. Yeah, like this vortex wasn't triggering any mines. And yeah, okay, so DC's going for the oil, cancels the flamethrower, which is pretty smart, because he has another flamethrower to go for a capture again immediately. He's got a couple tank hunters, Battlemasters, and Vortex. Oh yeah, there's a couple new cameos you can see as well. So Thermite's got a new cameo. I think Turbulence also has a new cameo. Oh, he's actually got a hacker inside one of these. Let me lower the game volume a little bit. It might be a little loud, I'm not sure. Actually, I'll keep it for now. Maybe it's because of my headphones. Yeah, my headphone volume is loud. That's why I think. I'll check the chat in the meantime from different device, just so I'm not missing out. Yeah, a lot of effects. Oh yeah, this is the new building infantry has, the cloning vats. This has the same price as barracks units, but it just produces everything in pairs. It can't produce hackers, and it can't make a Lotus, but everything else it produces in pairs. I think it also can't make prop soldiers, but I might be wrong on that. It actually has the assault vests already, which is a good upgrade, and I don't think it's the worst upgrade to get at this point. It's pumping out a couple ECM troopers, and yeah, you see, it pumps infantry out in pairs just like that. And there's the replacement for, or rather the reversion for the infantry artillery. So it's just a howitzer, and it actually splits its shell into multiple fragments. So it's not like the other sort of howitzers that China and Assault has. It's kind of unique. So a lot of AoE. It's weak AoE, but if you have a lot of them together, it adds up over time. It's definitely not better than an Inferno, but I would say infantry already has a lot going for it that you don't need great artillery to play infantry, to be honest. Let's see. So yeah, he's trying to engage head-on against these howitzers, but there's a lot of tank hunters out, and they have the vests, so yeah, the vortexes are actually going to struggle killing them. At the same time, you see he already has this through supply, and he's making infernos now. He might be getting the firestorm upgrade from the war factory, but that is a very big blob of infantry. He needs the firestorms ASAP to deal with this. He doesn't really have a way to directly engage this. Yeah, howitzers are gonna finally gun down this bunker. One gets caught out by tank hunters. Oh yeah, and you'll notice that the sort of movement of some of the artillery units, it's a lot better for sure. It might not be obvious with the howitzers, but especially with some of the other generals, you'll notice that artillery glitches out a lot less, which is a nice quality of life change. And yeah, there's the Inferno's whatchamacallit. Yeah, Inferno cannon. And yeah, there we go. He's got a firestorm up. With 3 and the vet upgrade, you can easily get a firestorm up. That's a new firestorm effect. And yeah, the firestorm just obliterates the infantry block. Like, there's not much you can do against it. So now, I think Fred's in a lot of pressure because he's fighting against firestorms. He's got a huge flamethrower army with a couple tank hunters on the left, though. And this is actually very scary for Inf to deal with because Inf doesn't have like an easy click anti-infantry vehicle anymore. Like, you can't really send dragons at this because the crawler will actually die to these tank hunters quite easily. He has to be careful about the howitzers though, because he doesn't have anything defending them, but at the same time, I think he might start a firestorm? No, barely. Yeah, you can see they're even turning their turret while on the move, but they won't fire. There's actually a crawler in between this little circle here. I don't even know how it got there. It must have just drove from the right, based off the tracks. Yeah, this flamethrower army is gonna start hitting the supply, but at the same time, these crawlers are actually cutting off any reinforcements and making it very annoying to reinforced infernos, so infernos actually might get collapsed upon here. Never mind, the infernos just kind of sweep up the crawlers, and yeah, this flamethrower army is just constantly going at it. I don't think Fred's really got much to deal with it still, honestly. He only has AT crawlers and a prop crawler. Firestorm clears up more infantry, and yeah, as you can also see, the cloning vats, it requires power to be functional, so if you actually go into low power, then you can't produce anything from this building. I actually hear a fuel drop, and I think that's RT level 1, if I were to guess. Command center is getting focused in. Yeah, this is also the regular non-black napalm fire, as you can see. Takes out the war factory and the supply, and yeah, I think Pred's looking very dead, to be honest. I mean, command center's down, so he can't even call in like GPs if he's about to hit 3-star. This dozer is gonna take forever to build the war factory because no power, and he can't even produce anything from this. So I think he's pretty dead. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's about to like call GG because I don't see how he defends this. Yeah, he's got a prop and an internet center behind it too. Yeah, dozer dies in the firestorm, and yeah, it's looking very over. And yeah, that's first game to Fred. There's much more. Yeah, there is much more to show, but yeah, that's the first game that goes to DCE. So Let's see. Oh yeah, there's also a couple new maps that have been added to the official pool or are in the process of being added. Irish Front is one of them. Snowy Drought is another one, and we also have Jungle Wolf. There's more to be added, but yeah, like we're planning on adding more maps to the map pool as well, which is always fun. And we're also balancing some maps. I know this map, it had some balancing changes, for example. There was a garrison near the second supply that made it very annoying to play that map, but that map got polished up a little bit. So we're gonna try some Irish Front, since it's one of the new maps added to officials. We got Flame versus Cyber. And I think on a map like this, it's pretty interesting. You have these crates in front of your base for both players, so each one is 200, so 5 crates, you get 1,000. So you start off with 1,000 extra, essentially. And you can do some really cool strats on this map as a result. Unlike the 0 hour variant, you don't have the supply here. It's moved closer, like right next to your CC, essentially. Your third supply still exists. You still have these piles in the middle, and you also have these oils as well. And these piles, they're worth a lot. Each one is 7k, 7.5k, so multiply that by 6, and you get about 45k worth of cash, which is a lot. So Pred's taking advantage of the 1k starting cash. He's going immediately 3 dozers, which I think is a nice build. You definitely can go a 3 dozer build on this map. Meanwhile, DC is going 2 dozers, but you can probably squeeze out a capture build as well as maybe even 2 war factories as a result of this. But it looks like he's just getting the second supply later, so he's going to capture, I'm assuming. It would be a good idea to go capture, but at the same time there's a proxy barracks that could be a little bit of a threat. There's actually 2 proxy barracks, and you can also see, I think, it's very subtle, but this is a different shade of blue as well, by the way. This isn't the default blue, so there's also a lot of new colors that got added. So I think people will enjoy that, for sure. Different hues of blue. I know there's a lot of hues of blue in this current build. Brings an RPG along in case of any cyber dogs, but there's just going to be cyborgs. And he's actually on 1 supply at the moment, Pred is, but he has a cyborg which should be able to 1v1 this flamethrower pretty comfortably. But flamethrower does get the first shot, so they're actually going to trade as a result. First Battlemaster is out. There's a cyborg going to this oil and this oil, so slow on the supplies, but Pred will probably secure both oils unless he sends a dragon to both of the corner oils like right now. And DC is actually going for his 3rd supply too, so I'm not sure whose build I prefer. I think I prefer DC's build just because you can bunker this off pretty easily. And you stop droids coming in for a while until there's a critical mass. And he just needs to take these 2 towers, and it's very difficult to enter into his base. And he can very easily transition to this 4 supply. Whereas I like Pred's build, but I feel as though if he just went supplies initially, he could have gotten a lot more momentum early game, because he would have had more cash to build war factory units. He actually is building a proxy war factory here as well. I'm not sure if I like that though, because it is quite close to this 3rd supply. And he's probably going to bunker this off, so I don't know if he's going to be able to take advantage of having the war factory there. He's building a couple spider nests near the oil, which is always a good call. There's an outpost already out though. Does have the tow missile. This droid's probably gonna die. Yeah, it's a bit out of position. Yeah, and yeah, this is a nice move. Just putting down a bunch of spider nests. They're really low cost, like about 500 a piece, and they're just very annoying to deal with. Even if you have detection, they're just really irritating to move through. So it just slows down pushes. Yeah, War Factory is done here, so he is on the 2 War Factory now, and the 3 supply. So both players are on the 3 supply, but the difference is Pred also has the oils. But DC is looking to expand really aggressively right now. He's making a forward barracks, probably follow up is going to be a bunker, I imagine, and try and take this supply. Yeah, Spartanus is detected. And there's a nice cameo for you as well. Yeah, a couple spider mines, but he might. Oh, he got a hit on the Battlemaster. Yeah, his Battlemaster's not firing. Yeah, one gets severely damaged. Yeah, these spider mines are just so annoying. I think he's actually triggering them manually, which is kind of smart. But he's got a field engineer now, so he can insta-kill them if he's in the range. Ah, he gets a field engineer from behind. That's pretty funny. There's the first Phobos. I think Phobos is definitely the call. He definitely can't engage this mixed army of infantry and tanks at this point. So he definitely needs his own artillery, but Cyber's artillery is very weak, so he has to be very careful about moving forward with it, otherwise it'll get very easily caught out of position. But he is doing a good job of keeping them protected with fire mines. He's also got the exosuits, so all its infantry is essentially double speed. I think it's 50%, but it looks like double speed essentially. There's a couple droids and missile cyborgs over here, but they're not doing much, but neither is DC right now, so he's gotten a couple tanks. Yeah, Pred's floating 10k right now, which is a lot of money, but yeah, he's pumping out Phoboses from here as well, but he doesn't really have a lot to defend this aside from the spider nest right now. Loses a couple droids, but this army is getting picked off bit by bit, which is good, because the longer the game goes, I think the way more favorable it gets for Cyber in this matchup. Because you can probably either go, you can go either protocol this game. You can go the spiders or the angels, and be content with either. Spiders looks insanely good on this map just because there's so many cliffs, and it's pretty open, so you can just constantly maneuver around. Yeah, I'd probably go spiders if I was him in this situation. Just because there's a lot of mobility to abuse. Yeah, these artillery pieces are out of position. He's gonna lose all 3 Phoboses, which is a pretty big blow. Those things are doing a good job at holding that position, and his closest war factory is all the way over here, so it's gonna take a while to reinforce that. He is mining on the 4th supply now, and there is a lot of production going on. This barracks is making hackers. He's got a forward barracks for a couple infantry units, and he's actually transitioning to a 3rd war factory. This supply is still got a lot. It's 1.2k. It's 1.5k for that one. A couple missile turrets are being produced. Oh yeah, the artillery pieces relative to one another in rank 1. The rank 3 artillery, I don't think there's a single one that's like necessarily bad from those, to be honest. I'm mainly referring to these ones over here. Yeah, he's actually got a pretty good concave right now. He's got a couple droids, even some medics for the missile troops. And he's still on the 2 oils, surprisingly enough. I'm really surprised he didn't send a dragon earlier to try and clear these up. or at least scout it out. I feel like that was a bit of a mistake from DC's part. He's going for the supply here, but there is a vortex that's gonna be really annoying over this cliff, so this vortex is probably gonna die instantly. Yeah, the vortex is dead. He's actually got a level 1 nanoswarm, and I think that's level 2 for the cyborg drop. So it's a frenzy on the drop essentially. Use the repair from Flame. Does he have flashbangs? He does. He can clear up this garrison, but I don't think that garrison actually has that many places for infantry to stay in. Especially because there's flamethrowers. In the dev build, the infantry units that used to be able to clear out garrisons, so the flamethrower and the demo rebel, they can actually clear them out again. So you don't need an upgrade for flamethrowers to clear out garrisons anymore. I think that's a fuel drop, if I were to guess. Especially because he just also used artillery. And that's timed on the supply, I'm guessing. Ooh, missed opportunity on the strat center, but it probably wasn't in vision at that point, which is unfortunate. And yeah, he went spiders, as you can see in the command center. So we're going to be seeing a couple of the spider tanks. Spider tanks are pretty deadly. I'd probably go search and destroy in this situation, just because you want to do a lot of kiting in this situation. There is the first ECM, and that's the new ECM technology cameo. Contra X is in beta testing. It's not ready yet. This is a internal build. See the ping? I think it just misclicked. Yeah, it needs to get the data upgrade to increase the ECM resistance, because if his army walks near the ECM right now, they're just gonna get instantly disabled. Here's the first Dominator. And yeah, the Dominators especially are gonna be obnoxious to chase, because they can also just retreat through the cliffs. Dominator isn't doing that much damage, but once he has the missile upgrade, they do a lot more damage. And yeah, there's a couple of droids here, focusing this war factory down. Good call. And yeah, this is why I'm saying Flame struggles on this map, especially against Cyborg, because you have this really strong small army that just moves slowly, but he just gets outmaneuvered by the tanks. But as I say that, a bunch of the droids just walk into the mines, and that droid almost got disabled by the ECM. There's actually a couple Roboraptors. They're immune to ECM as well, so you can actually use these to kill the ECMs, which is exactly what he's doing, so smart call. There's no countermeasures for Cyber, so these guys are very fragile, but lowering the ECM count is very important if you want to be able to engage an army head-on like this with high-tech units. Yeah, there's a Dragon Tail actually upgraded on this immolator. ECM is almost dead in this army, but the Phoboses are actually slowing down the other tanks a little bit. It might be worth just putting them like far back and just moving the spiders and droids as an individual unit. There's the first crab as well. I'm actually wondering if Lotus is out just yet or not. I haven't seen Lotus. Oh, there's Lotus. Yeah, okay. So Lotus is probably gonna go for the oils. She's gonna also detect the spider nest over here. Yeah, a couple tanks are dying to these dragon tails, but I don't know. I still think Cyber is so far ahead at this point in comparison. We also haven't seen Terminator yet. I'm wondering where the Terminator is from Pred. So yeah, this oil is probably gonna go down, but there's a cyborg nearby to instantly recapture. It's actually got a vortex on this. No prop towers on any of these, which is a bit surprising. I think he has repair available. He should use it now if he can. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Pred's floating 22k, but I think he's in a pretty good spot right now, even with the float. Just because the flame's kind of compressed in his base. He's gonna get kicked off of this third supply. There's actually still quite a bit of cash too, so it's not like he has any issues. He's swapping battle plans. I'm not sure why he's doing that. Maybe search and destroy? Yeah, okay, search and destroy. I was thinking maybe hold the line because he might have to. Oh, there's actually a Lotus here. Yeah, Lotus got the War Factory and the powers, so. And he's spamming out Lancers right outside this airfield, which is very cheeky. He needs to probably send something to clear that up, like a couple tanks, because the Ravens aren't going to be cutting it. He actually lost quite a few units here too. He has a crab here that's kind of idle. Yeah, we got thermites on these tank hunters finally. Another nano swarm plus cyborg drop. Yeah, tank hunter gets cleaved. Yeah, DC has a small cyber base over here actually. It's kind of funny. The prop is going down though, which is a pretty big deal. Yeah, these immolators are just gonna scorch the cyborgs, no problem. At the same time, yeah, there's still so much money for Pred. I think he could just rebuild quickly and he should be fine. But he needs to be sending something here to deal with the Lotus. The search will detect the Lotus, but yeah, he's got a couple Ravens actually. Okay, there's the Terminator. I was looking for this guy. The few Ravens are lying around. The Leech, I think, will detect this, yeah. Or is that the clone? I can't tell. No, that's the real Lotus, okay. So yeah, he's gonna gun down this War Factory, which is gonna give him quite a lot of XP, actually. I think rank 5 in Contra, if I remember, is 4,500, so a couple building kills is pretty important at this point in the game, just so you can get a faster rank 5. There's a Cephas. Is that a Cephas? Yeah, Cephas turret. Yeah, he's wasting quite a lot here for no reason. Like, he's just kind of rallying one by one to that. Oh, that's a really nasty fuel drop with artillery. He gets a war factory and an airfield, and he actually gets the Raptors parked on it, so I think Pred might have choked this a little bit actually. He's floating 21k still, but yeah, he doesn't have any units out to deal with these units over here. Saying that he is killing off the base over here, but he should be able to attack the mines with the Terminator. He actually has the chip upgrade. Oh, he's walking his units into the mines. Okay, yeah, he sees them now with the Terminator, but yeah, these Ravens are actually posing a massive headache for these units here. This is an ECM drop. Instantly disables everything because he still doesn't have the upgrade. And yeah, he's not gonna have any units to defend against us, I think, at the moment. But he just tossed a bunch of rockets from the Dominator and the Roboraptor. And somehow, just a couple infantry units was enough. He used his fuel air bomb on the army. I think it was a bit of a overkill. He could have probably finished off with the Ravens. He actually deploys Stinger drones for the Terminator. It's actually kind of nice, because it lets Terminator do his thing with the bombs and the BFG. He's actually gonna try and probably kill the CC like quick. I'm gonna assume that's a remote charge, and he's gonna put a time charge and then gun it down. Yeah, power plant actually does a lot of damage to it too. He needs to gun that dozer down before it runs away. He's planting the time charge now, I think. Oh no, he cancelled. I think he's trying to gun the dozer. I think he's just putting another remote. This expansion is still alive. He honestly should just kill it, because there's 2 production buildings, so it's going to be really annoying to kill through it. He actually finishes off the CC with another remote, and I think, yeah, he's Dozer hunted too. And he doesn't have props, so he can't get a Zurong even. Meanwhile, I think he's just queued up the Widow. So I don't think there's really much hope for DC in the long run. Because I think Terminator at this point can literally solo the entire base. Yeah, it's she.
You
Yeah.
have been defeated.
So, first win for Pred as well, so evened it out at 1-1 at the moment. Which is always nice. Could also show the new gorge drought slash snow drought as well. I think that would be fun to show. So there was an edit to this map that I think it's new, but I think a lot of people will like it. So I'll show it once we're in the game. Just waiting on DCE now. Alright, nice. Let's get to it. Alright, tank super weapon. This one's always classic. So you have the supplies here, which is normal. Supplies here, the supplies here. And you now actually have an opening, a second opening from the left side into these artillery platforms. So normally you'd have a cliff that surrounds all of this. And it was pretty annoying, especially if you were a general, like, say, super weapon actually is a perfect example. Also, first those are going straight into the base of Pred, so it looks like he's doing a extremely aggressive dozer rush. But yeah, you can't just put a turret here and suddenly this platform becomes insanely annoying because obviously our artillery platforms have more HP and more damage, notably in Contra. So you actually have another way to actually enter into this little mountain section. This is basically the same otherwise as 0 and Snowy Drought. Very aggressive barracks over here. He's already prepped tank hunters because I think he scouted it with his cargo plane earlier. But he's starting off with some rangers. It's tank as well, so his red guard aren't the best, and he can't get a vet upgrade to deal with this, which is kind of annoying. But I think the whole goal of this build is to just be extremely aggressive while potentially getting some tech building captures behind it. There's even a ranger gunning down for these tank hunters, and it's going in the same direction as the oil. So if he is going capture, this is actually quite a good build. This dozer is gonna easily crush these rangers though, so a bit of a blunder there. Yeah, he has the capture. He should just go for this oil, honestly. He doesn't have to chase into this section, because he's gonna get crushed anyways by the dozer. So, bit of a blunder with the rangers. But he still has a dozer. New cameo for the Patriot. But I think, yeah, this Battlemaster is gonna very easily kill this dozer. So, I don't think it's an issue. And he has 10 counters anyways, so even if it gets up, it's not an issue. So the rush kind of failed, which is pretty bad, because he hasn't got his oil either yet. So he went capture one supply, but his oil grab is actually very late, and he's still on one Chinook. Here's the first V. Um, These are different in the internal build, so they actually have 4 sit places now. But they're kind of like technicals in how they function now. So they don't have fire ports anymore, I believe. So you have to actually evac in order to use your infantry. Which I think is not the worst change. There's definitely arguments for and against it. But I do like the change because it prevents a lot of silly strategies where 1v can suddenly turn the entire game around, and it's a lot more punishing in Contra, I'd say, especially because of the burst effect RPGs have in comparison to 0 hour. So way less kiting required, but insane amounts of damage you can pull off. Yeah, he evacs the infantry, but there's only an ion tower to support, so this ion tower is probably gonna go down pretty quickly. Looks like the barracks got burned down by a dragon. New dragon cameo as well, which is nice. Actually, I'm not sure if that's new or not. That might be the same as the public build. What happened to Fargo? He lost $850 in bets to Big Size. Let's see. I think this might be new compared to the public build. So first Centurion. Centurions are a good way to just defensively play into the tanks, but pretty terrible on the offense. Especially because there's also a tank hunter. He has a refinery in the oil, and he doesn't have his 4th Chinook still. Meanwhile, Pred's already on a 3rd supply, and he's pumping out units from 2 warfighters. He's actually gonna aggressively expand and get this 4th supply too. So, pretty aggressive stuff from Pred, and I mean it makes sense because the build was he rushed his first dozer to try and turret rush, but it kind of like flopped. So he's just taking full advantage of the fact that he kind of has a lot of pressure early on because he's on normal eco with a large army. Meanwhile, DC is still recovering his eco and he's forced to place down a lot of defenses early. He's getting this artillery platform position and the repair bay, which is very nice. It's gonna make these vehicles even more annoying because he can't just chip at them slowly with the artillery anymore because they're gonna heal over time with the prop on top of it. It's a slow repair, but it does make a difference over time. He's got a ion core from the command center just to get ions out quicker. He's making an airfield so he can unlock Tomahawk Storm, but yeah, there's a pretty scary army. Even a dozer is in it, so he might try and make a forward expansion with a Gauss turret. He's actually got a Gauss turret over here and a bunker. I think this is a different shade of the bunker. And if he kills this oil, that's actually gonna set DC back a lot because DC is already very far behind in eco. Like he's fighting against 4 supplies right now, and to play into 4 supplies with only 2 oils, that's extremely difficult. Yeah, he lost the oil. Has the refinery, but refinery is not nearly as meaningful for a super weapon because you're mainly building buildings. You're not really spamming as many vehicles as most factions. And yeah, there's even sniper cannons out to counter snipe these artillery pieces. First Thor is out, but I think there's already a Gauss tank in the mix, yeah. Oh yeah, this is the troop crawler variant. It's got the same speed as the sniper cannon and all that, but I think it is a heavier unit overall. I think thematically it just makes more sense that this is like a tank-esque unit instead of just a regular generic troop crawler. So, new stuff there for you. sniper cannons are picking at the Centurions even. And there is a Gauss tank to deal with this store, but it's actually a pretty low HP. Both get away from each other. The store is a little annoying. His units are idle right now. You should probably move them to the middle. No Tomahawk Storm yet from DC. Yeah, he has 6 sniper cannons, but he doesn't have a any anti-air there yet, so he could lose one actually if if DC goes in right now, but he's not taking the opportunity to do so. He's actually building a drop zone. I really disagree with that. I think you almost always want to spend your first 2.5k on Tomahawk Storm. Just because the earlier you get it, the more times you can use it early on to like basically get free pickoffs. It's in essence a like a GP, like an artillery strike before you even get like 3-star. It's really powerful, and it's also an anti-army measure if you're able to get a good hit. So he's got 4 Thors out, no countermeasures yet, but countermeasures is unlocked at 3 stars. But yeah, this is a very dire position for DC at the moment. And Pred's actually got 3-star before the super weapon, which is extremely bad because once Earthshakers come into the field, there is nothing he can do to defend against them without at least getting maybe an Atlas out or something. But yeah, without, or even the there's also a new unit super weapon has, but unfortunately it's a 3-star unit. It's actually a really old unit. If we'll see it, we'll see it, but I don't think we're gonna see it in this game at least, because War Factory's getting closed down. Load of sniper cannons. The Gauss tanks are making sure the Thors can't just charge in, but these ions are actually ripping the tanks apart. He's getting an Overlord headquarters right now, and an airfield. Probably for a couple J10s and the Helix. Tank Helix is very annoying to deal with because it is pretty damn bulky, with the upgrade especially. You could even do an Emperor drop with the Bixie into the base end, or a Manticore drop probably is better because of all these Thors. And I don't think there's any way you can intercept it. That looks like a tank drop. I'm not sure if that's level 1, 2, or 3, or what is that. We'll see. That looks like level 2, I think. Yeah, because I think tank drop is now 246 instead of what is it, like 468? I know the tank drop got nerfed for sure. And he went Overlord Vet actually, so yeah, that should be 2 points in the drop and 1 in the vet. And yeah, he's getting J10s. There's the new J10 cameo. No napalm, but yeah, like I don't see a way DC defends that, honestly. It's just the rush failed and he basically got snowballed eco-wise. Like he forgot to also get his oils. Like he could have taken Pred's oils if he was not chasing those tank hunters on the right. And he also got his oils very late, so even though his rush failed, I think he still could have recovered, but he kind of screwed up. So let me update the score. I believe now Pred is leading 2-1. Let's just find a interesting map. Good. I might have this map available. Let's see. Yeah, we can do this map. This is map I made a while ago. I think it's a pretty decent map. Not the most aesthetically pleasing, but it's definitely a cool map, I think, otherwise, in terms of gameplay. So, Assault Mirror too. Okay, nice. Got a mirror matchup. So this is Harn Wasteland. This is a map I made, like, it's been months at this point since I've made it, but you have your 2 base supplies. You have small little area over here where you have a forward expansion, and you have a couple garrisons to play around on this side. You have wood towers also here for the flanks, reinforcement pad here, and you have a lot of tech buildings here in 2 piles over there, and you also have 3 piles over here. So a lot of different places to expand to is kind of the theme of this map. So a lot of expansions, but a lot of these expansions are pretty unsafe. These oils are kind of lagoon style, but they're way further forward than in lagoon, like they're not as close to your base. He's actually getting a supply stash forward here. I think he's trying to aim for crushes over here, which I think is it's a cheeky idea. I don't think it's a bad idea. Like, that's actually kind of smart, but very unfortunate thing is that Pred's actually building a barracks over here. And you might be wondering why there's no Demolisher, and the reason that is because Demolisher actually got moved to War Factory in this build, so well, it's a bit of an experimental change, but I think it's a good change, honestly, because the Demolisher, it's a bit too powerful of a opener, or the threat of Demolisher is too much to make it have fun in certain matchups. Like, you're kind of forced to always get RPGs, and if they don't go Demolisher, well, you wasted money on RPGs that are kind of just standing out in the open. Whereas if there is a Demolisher, well, it could sometimes end the game before your War Factory is even up, which I think design-wise can be annoying. There's a barracks that's actually getting camped, and he's long distance collecting because he wants to camp it with a stash, but he might, I think he might have wanted to actually try and take this barracks at least, so he can't spam from it. Oh yeah, and also there's no terrorists for assault. So I think the current public build, there's terrorists available, but assault no longer has terrorists available. And I think RPG Biker is also not available to all Gilles, because there's a certain build you can do that I kind of found out about that I won't share it because I think it's kind of BS, but you can really abuse RPG Bikers if you know how to do it right. You still have your Rebel Bikers and stuff though, but yeah, RPG Bikers is where it's at, especially with a mixed fast army. But yeah, no Scorp rockets on this Scorpion yet. There's a new Anthrax Beta cameo as well, as you can see. Also, Toxin Shells. He's actually built a forward encampment with the AT turret. And he's taking the barracks now. I think taking the barracks is okay as opposed to destroying it. Sure, you can get a lot of XP destroying it, but it's so forward positioned, and it's actually really convenient to have infantry that can be pumped out immediately here that I think it's actually kind of worth taking. So I don't think it's the worst idea to capture it. You always got to be wondering, if you're capturing something, is it worth just destroying it, because buildings do give a lot of experience and you can't sell, so you're basically granted that opportunity almost always if you're able to capture something, but you have to think carefully about, is it worth going for it or not. I don't know if that got cancelled, but he's built a quad cannon, and I think he's gonna be able to gun down these RPGs. One tech actually has scrap, but scrap tech isn't nearly as commanding in Contra. It's actually got Scorpion rockets already, so I think DCE is straight up already won, maybe, just by the fact that he's camping out this arms dealer, and judging by the fact he also pumped out a Scorpion there, he's very far from getting his own Scorpion rockets. Barracks is camped by a tractor too, and yeah, he's gonna lose the arms dealer. The tunnel is pretty far away, so he can't really reinforce this quickly, but saying that, yeah, he just made a Toxin tractor to deal with RPGs, so he's gonna buy a little bit more time. Scorp is out healing the Toxin thanks to the repair bay and the vet. No Scorp rockets still, but the tank shell is more than enough to clear it up at this point. He needs to make a worker so he can try and repair this, but oh, why is he running away? He could finish this off. He could very easily finish this off. I don't know why he's running these RPGs away. It's literally like 4 hits. Oh man. Yeah, he should have just finished it off. I think he just finishes that off and the game is literally over. Maybe he's focusing elsewhere, but I don't think that. I just don't see a reason he runs away there. Like, it's very easily won at that point if he kills it. He's camping the reinforcement pad in case of a drop, but there's a sneaky tunnel from Pred, but problem is Pred doesn't actually have units out right now. He's trying to do this fantasy thing with capturing with the rebel bikes, but I think he's giving Pred way too much leeway. Like, Pred shouldn't be alive. This arms leader should not exist. Like, the game still looks very dire. Don't get me wrong, but I think the game shouldn't be going on at this point. Like, I feel like the game should have been over after how low that arms leader got. There's a couple of workers charging forward. I think he drag selected or something, and he might have brought them in by accident. This quad cannon is salvage stuff, so it's actually rapid fire against these RPGs. He needs to save that quad cannon though. It's pretty valuable. He's actually making down artillery pieces. New cameo as well. Yeah, he's gonna focus down the supply stash, so that'll knock Pred down to 1 supply. Tunnel is up, but he has to defend his base more than anything. He can't really go for a counterplay, especially when DC is getting map control. Yeah, this radar van is looking vulnerable. Downs the radar, it's just gonna be a little annoying for Pred. He is running into an AT turret though, so these Scorps are basically done for, but having said that, this tunnel gets cleared up. He's on 2 armed sailors, and he's dropping down 3 markets. One's already built, so it's probably getting work with shoes. Got a Scorpion drop from the reinforcement pad. Yeah, I think this time, this arms leader should be dead, and surely, I don't think Pred can defend this. He doesn't have toxin shells yet, but he had a Scorpion to crush 1 RPG. He doesn't have any anti-infantry though. He needs to get toxin shells if he's going mass Scorpions like this, or he can just crush, to be honest. Both work. Yeah, that's the barracks down and 1 arms leader. There's a 2 artillery pieces. It's gonna be a little annoying, but I mean, with the amount of army that DC has, I don't think that's gonna be very much of a deterrent. Has the worker shoes, so it's collecting much quicker. He's forgotten about these supplies though. And that's an artillery from DC actually, and judging by that, I think it's going on this supply. Couple veins moving forward as well for vision. Yeah, it's going on the supply or the tunnel, it's one of those. It's on the supply. Finishes it off, and he has toxin shells, because those artillery shells were toxin tip. Rank 1 ambush just to draw some fire. And yeah, this army, I don't think he has a way to defend it, and yeah, Predator calls it GG. So, I think build order wise, DC had a very nice idea with the forward supply, and that forward barracks actually backfired big time for Pred. I think he needed to just not go for that barracks and just play it a little more standard with expansion points with tunnels. I think barracks was a bit too greedy. Let me put another map here. Let's try some Nova Beach. That should be fun. Let me update the score as well. Okay, let me see the armies. So we have Nuke. DC is the Nuke. And we have Predator as a stealth. So another nice matchup. I think on this map it can probably go either way, honestly. Nuke's pretty annoying with the Battle Masters in general. But Stealth has probably the best Scorpions to deal with early China aggression. Because you don't even need an upgrade to make them strong, and the cannon is just really good against anything really that's not infantry. I'm expecting Red to probably go for a capture. Looks like he's brought a RPG along here. Maybe he's predicting a Dozer to move forward. He's also sending an RPG for this garrison. I think it's a nice idea. And there's a couple warriors out as well for the capture. He's going 2 or 3 warriors. Looks like 2. He's not going to try and contest this one. Meanwhile, he's got Vet GP on the infantry, and he's got 3 Red Guard coming forward with a Dozer, so very likely a capture upgrade behind this, and 1 RPG isn't enough to reliably kill the Dozer, especially if it's charging directly like this, so if you want to be very safe about it, you usually go 2, but he's actually lowered it low enough to where the warrior can actually finish it off with a shotgun. But there's 3 Red Guard with Vet, so I don't expect him to move in. He's actually planting down a speaker tower. You saw the shotgun burst there as well from the warrior. Some new bullet aesthetics. That speaker tower is actually gonna heal up the Dozer over time a little bit, which is pretty nice. And it also makes it to where if he's defending against like a incoming bike or even a technical, then he's gonna do a bit of damage. He's bringing 3 terrorists inside of this technical. I think he's going for a TT on the supply with 6 terrorists. Which... It's either on the oil or the supply. It's gonna be one of those. I don't think it's the worst idea. He's got his own oil, the stealth does. Nuke's going for the refinery. He's got this oil and this oil, so... Yeah, it looks like he's going for a TT, and he's actually gonna run into this Gatling tank. New cameo as well for the Gatling tank. Looks more similar to the 0 Hour Legacy Gatling tank. I think he's TTing the power, maybe? Okay. Not the worst target. I mean, it's gonna slow his production down a ton. Because no power production is very slow. Considering things usually build pretty slow already. Plus it delays him from getting isotope from the power plant. Which is a bit annoying if he has to do a big fight. He's actually got a command truck already, so he's gonna use GPS very soon probably. And make a GPS push. Yeah, just use GPS there. Maybe I'll bring the command truck along for that rate of fire bonus. Let's see. He has no forward tunnels, I think. Oh, he does actually. Oh, that's very sneaky. Behind the house as well. Yeah, he's building his power plant here. He's actually building 2 power plants. I think this one's pretty far forward, and he may as well just cancel this one. This refinery is getting gunned down, but there's a pretty scary invisible army here. 3 Scorpions and a couple RPGs. And it's not like he has outposts either. This radiation field is a little annoying to cross through because it's gonna delay the RPGs a bit, but yeah, he's focusing the power, but oh yeah, this is a new thing as well. Nuclear tank hunters are now rank 1 again at War Factory, and they got a really sick cameo. Got the mushroom cloud in the background. And the skin actually looks pretty similar to the 0 hour version as well, so there's that. But yeah, nuclear tank hunters are back in business at rank 1. And they're pretty scary. They're same old, same old. Very, very slow though. Incredibly slow. Like, it's slower than a regular RPG even. So, they're very much a heavy-hitting siege unit. He's gonna take the garrison, which is a pretty good place for the tank hunter to be in. Losing a bunch of RPGs to Battlemaster, which is very unfortunate. He's actually going into mortars already, which I don't agree with, to be honest, because he actually doesn't have that many scorpions out. And he needs more units at this stage before he can transition to mortars like this. He's dropping a couple demo traps down, but the Gats and Battlemasters are closing it already. And yeah, mortars are just terrible in these sorts of engagements. Like, you want scorpions here. This was way too much of a premature transition to the mortar buggies. And it's gonna be getting punished a little bit as a result. Having said that though, he's got the isotope now on nuke. And this supply is getting harassed. But he has an arms dealer to repair nearby pretty easily. He's actually moved 2 dozers here. A bit curious as to why he's done that. Oh, he's building a barracks as well for it. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, it's not the worst idea. He could get some nuclear tank hunters out here very quickly. Oh, and that nuclear tank hunter, because it's so close to the tunnel in the garrison, it actually weakened the garrison as well. But he should know that there's a tunnel here now, because he also sees the tracks. That technical could potentially crush one of these nuclear tank hunters, because I don't think it gets one shot. It's actually GPS the technical, so he can very easily go for crushes on these if he wants to. But big army on the left, and this supply stash is actually running from the tunnel, so he doesn't have a way to defend it at this point in time. Maybe he's worried about GPS units coming in, but no, he's just gonna charge straight for it. And DC's got this right supply and the right oil, so it's 1 oil against 1 oil, but it's 3 supplies against 2. And I think this army, it's gonna get collapsed upon, but I don't think this is the worst army to fight against. He's got a Gatling tank for these RPGs, and RPGs, most of them get gunned down. There's only a warrior left. Some mortar buggy as well, a couple of invisible RPGs too. First black market's getting up soon, so once he gets camouflage, he can actually get stealth terrorists and stealth RPGs by default, which is a little more scary to fight against. He pumps out a couple RPGs here, but oh, that's a really questionable pop actually. That's a really questionable pop. Okay, that could have gone way worse than it should have there, to be honest. I thought he was gonna lose all his units there. He can't get uranium shells just yet, but yeah, now he can because he's rank 3. In rank 1, I don't think he can get uranium shells anymore. Which is nice because it was kind of silly to have insanely strong Battlemasters at rank 1 like that. He's using the artillery on the arms dealer. I think that's level 2. Finishes it to the hole. But he does get the building kill, which is nice, so more XP. These mortar buggies are gonna finish off this barracks pretty quick. He should have been making nuke tank hunters here earlier. Yeah, there's the nuke tank hunter, but too little too late for the barracks at least. Camo nets this arms dealer, but it's already detected by the Battlemaster shots. Yeah, that 1 nuke tank hunter is not very scary, but like 4 or 5 is way scarier. Especially if you can get them with horde bonus too. It's extremely scary to fight against. He's actually got an airfield up before his prop, so he's gonna have access to, I think, a MiG? The MiGs maybe? And maybe the Helix? I think the Iron Dragon is specifically at propaganda, but I might be wrong. He's got a supply stash over here as well. He's gonna contest for the supply, which is a nice play. He has quite a lot of units here, but he's gonna divert his attention to this now. Yeah, he's only got mortar buggies. This is the problem. Like, he doesn't actually have like that many regular units. Yeah, there's a nuke mig, and he just got two buggies. That was a pretty nice hit. Yeah, he's going nuke migs, which is pretty smart because GLA's only got light vehicles at this point. No rattles out, so even the Scorpions will get melted pretty quickly by one volley of nuke mig. He's got a nuke tank hunter here. He's gonna probably start gunning this down, but there's mortar buggies popped. And now he's rank 3, so he can even get snipers to deal with the tank hunters, if that's an issue. He can't go for the hijacker ambush because the hijacker ambush is rank 5 GP. Because it was very easy to just power steal immediately once you got rank 3, and GLA on power is kind of insane. So it shouldn't be that easily accessible. He's actually got a couple assassins, but I think he used it to kill like a tank hunter. So, but otherwise they're pretty useless outside of that. Radiation is annoying, killing the GLA worker hole. And yeah, he's only on one arms dealer right now, and he doesn't even have this side. There's a Lotus out, and it's detecting this sneaky tunnel. There's an Overlord out too, and there's no Jarman or Hijacker anytime soon, because even the barracks is down, so he can't make Hijackers. Actually, wait. This is, how did he get that? Oh, okay. I spoke too soon. Okay, so maybe... I'm guessing the Hijacker ambush is available at rank 3 still. I thought it was a rank 5 only thing, but I must be mistaken. I thought they changed that for this build, but I guess that's a change of a change. Use the nuke mix to kill the tunnel. Does he have another tunnel? Okay, he does, so he didn't lose all his units inside at least. Barracks will be getting completed. No, it won't. Okay, he has an irradiator as well on top of this Overlord, which is very annoying. Is he gonna capture this, or he's gonna cash steal the factory? Let's see. Oh, he's cash stealing. Oh no, he's capturing, but there's an assassin nearby. Did this not get detected? How did we not see that? Or maybe it was guard moded out of range. That's probably what happened. He does have a prop Overlord though on defense, and that alone is gonna make it very annoying to push into this GLA. And if he gets the rifle upgrade on these assassins, then they can actually start decrewing these vehicles, which will make it even more of a nuisance to push in. He's got the supply mined, but not the prop center, so this hijacker might actually get power. GPS is the army with the Overlord included, so that's pretty scary. Signal mines is triggered by the units, even though they're stealth. He has 4 nuke migs, so he can very easily counterattack this. The hijacker needs to be careful of the mines. I think he's trying to sneak the dozer to build a hadron collider or something, but I think that's way too ambitious. Yeah, I missed the strike, but I think he got what looks like 1 buggy maybe with the nuke migs. There's 5 overlords actually, 1 with a radar dome too, so we'll be able to easily detect hijackers, but I actually don't see a barracks yet, so no Jarman anytime soon either. And he's literally walking this dozer. Yeah, he's building a hadron. This is way too cheeky. Like, this is very extra from him, but it's very memey to always try for it. Yeah, this hijacker's forgotten about. I think now he's gonna steal power, and he has a dozer literally in his base. It's just kind of annoying. He's pumping out a couple flak turrets, but yeah, they'll deal with the MiGs, but there's no way they can deal with these overlords at this stage. Yeah, he cancels the hadron, gets hijacked, and he's building a power plant. He's making the barracks now, but I honestly think he should make multiple barracks just to try and spam out hijackers like in mass. He's just spamming more overlords because there's no way to decrew them or steal them. Oil here is getting recaptured because it was destroyed earlier. Lotus detects the assassin and the flak. Command truck is actually revealed as well, so if that goes down, then he can't use the assassin ambush and the hijacker ambush soon. There's a couple buggies out as well, but no buggy ammo. He has AP rockets, but non-buggy ammo buggies are really underwhelming. Yeah, Nuke MiGs just brute force through the flak. Damages the arms there pretty heavily as well. Not sure why he's running. Maybe he's going for this assassin. Yeah, he's killing the assassin first just so it doesn't countercept the Lotus going for capture. Oh, but there's another assassin ambush ready. If he killed the command truck earlier, he would have stopped that, but such is the way of life. But this isn't like a bad thing either that he's killing it, because it's gonna be closer to 5-star. I heard another hijacker ambush and he's gonna take 2 overlords, which is pretty good. 2 free overlords. But there's just more overlords coming in and he has the radiation resistance as well now, so... Oh yeah, this internet center got a new cameo. I forgot to comment on that earlier. There's a random warrior here. It's gonna very quickly kill this red guard. And just camp out this barracks a little bit, but there's too many infantry now. Another wave of overlords, and this time he doesn't have GPs. Maybe if he gets 4-star he can use panic, but I don't think there's any way you can really deal with this at this point. I think he has the camouflage upgrade on his workers, because that's a lot of invisible workers. Yeah, he has camouflage. That's his last building as well, so if he doesn't drop a scaffold now, he is dead. Yeah, and he just gets kicked from the game. Damn, that's unfortunate.
You have been defeated.
So that's 3-2 for DCE right now. So DC's got a point lead, and I did say I'd give this set 90 minutes, and it's almost at the 90-minute mark, so Pred's probably gonna try and pull it back a little bit. Put something like cold territory. Okay. Alright, we got laser cyber. This might be a fast one, so this could be good for Pred actually. But I mean, I think now cyber actually has a pretty good chance in this matchup because you don't have to deal with rock Vs anymore. I don't even know the score. Well, he doesn't have to worry because it's a 3-2 lead at the moment. I'll just type it. Let's see what DCE goes for. Looks like a standard build. I think Pred's also gonna play it standard, maybe 2 war factories. So 2 supplies. Are we using 2 supplies as well? Yeah. This is a bit of an awkward position for the supply. It's just a small efficiency thing, but if you turn it in the direction of the supply dock, the Chinook doesn't have to turn around when it first spawns, so you just get your first drop quicker. Doesn't make a difference in the long run, but it's always the small efficiency things that kind of makes a compounded effect. Like there's a compound effect that plays into it in the higher level games, and these guys are pretty equal skill levels, so every little bit of advantage helps. And yeah, I was right. It's 2 War Factory, and is it 2 War Factory or is it gonna be War Factory Barracks, War Factory Turret? Looks like a maybe a War Factory turret. And he's gonna try and lock down this area early on. There is a spy drone here though, which is very unlucky for DC, because it means this gets scouted. So his first Guardian droid is probably gonna go straight for this dozer. And he can probably comfortably send a Lancer here as well, maybe. But because he doesn't see any laser turret. Drops down a barracks, so we'll be able to pump out some laser defenders. Oh yeah, Chinook has a new cameo too. First Humvee is out. Yeah, the Guardian droid immediately chases it, and yeah, there's the first Lancer too, so this Lancer is probably gonna go straight through this cliffside, and it's gonna be really annoying to clear up. Especially if he just splits them up right now. He sends one to the right and one to the left. It's just gonna be a hassle to clear up. It's actually brought it all together, so 2 droids, 2 Guardians, 2 Lancers, but he needs to get moving. He actually has such a good window of opportunity to attack right into it. Why is he running away? Oh my god. No, this is wrong, I think. Like, he has a perfect opportunity to just enter, like, 20 seconds ago. He could have got a Lancer here, and this would have been so much of a headache to clear up. He's got a preemptive security system, because he was anticipating a push on that supply as well, even. Nothing's in this garrison yet, and that's gonna be really annoying because DC's actually gonna take it with a laser defender in a second. Yeah, that's just gonna be a really annoying choke point to pass through. He's gonna be forced to clear this up either by breaking the garrison or like clearing it with flashbangs. DC's trying to expand behind it as well. No one's gone for the oils yet, so there's that. The missile cyborgs are out of position, so they get picked off. 1V goes down though. And yeah, there's a laser defender in the V, but as you can see, they don't die anymore when they're inside of it. But you can't use them as fireports, so it's kind of like technical. There's a Guardian with the ammunitions and flashbangs now, so you can actually deal with these infantry pretty comfortably. Load of laser crusaders though, and yeah, he's charging straight into them. Yeah, I feel like he really missed an opportunity pushing here earlier on. He's got a microwave and 5 crusaders. You got massive battle drones. I think it's always usually overkill to like invest in mass drones like this early on. One spy drone on one of them is like more than enough to provide vision. But you only really need to get the battle drone if one of your vehicles is like low HP. So it's kind of unnecessary to get them all preemptively like this. It's just very expensive to mass invest like that. He's got a security system as well. No tow missile yet, so it's gonna be annoying to clear up this supply. He's losing this Chinook to a Lancer that's hidden in this army, but he does have the ammo upgrade, so he actually does still do a lot of damage, but lost quite a few droids. And there's quite a lot of Crusaders here as well. No security system yet, but he has 2 Phoboses. No Avenger with that army, so he's not denying collection right now, but he might just by simply killing the supply center after the Phoboses get picked off, I think, here. Still no tow missiles, so this army is gonna be annoying to approach, but the microwave is out of position, and if the microwave dies, then these Crusaders are easy picnics for these missile cyborgs. One Crusader does get taken out. And there is a Another battalion of tanks. He's got Vet 1 on this one, so it's got the green laser cosmetic, which is pretty cool. I think he actually might have invested in the capture, but his ranger got immediately camped out. No capture yet, okay. Yeah, so far, very even on the XP, but Cyber is stabilizing, and it gets very annoying to fight Cyber if you don't have any map control. Like, in this situation, if no one's got map control, I think Cyber still prefers this because they can just kind of move around the map wherever without having to worry. He's actually got a sniper drone on a couple of these Crusaders to deal with missile cyborgs. This I think is okay to go with because he's not investing into microwaves. Ooh, but he gets into the garrison though. But he has enough Crusaders to easily burst this house down. So yeah, this is a nice example of using the mass drone. But like the battle drone thing, I completely disagree with. He's actually brought a microwave along to clear up that garrison, so good hindsight from DC. Or foresight, rather, is the word. Expanding to a third. Any sign of capture? No. He's got a missile cyborg warding off this Crusader, but sniper drones are annoying. There's the laser barrage. And I'm gonna guess that's level 2 based off of the size of that. That might be level 1. But I think it's... Oh, it's level 1, yeah, for sure, because he didn't kill the barracks. What did he get? Maybe he's saving a GP point for laser vet? He already took spy drones, so he only has 1 GP left. Maybe he got the paradrop. Paradrop is actually a very underrated GP. It's quite good. Yeah, he finishes off the barracks with the Crusader. So he has composite armor unlocked, so we can start attacking towards that. Drops down a strat center. He's got a couple of rangers, so we should try for this capture, I feel. Because he's got a lot of map control right now. It's not like Cyber can really move out of his base. You should probably send a couple of orders to collect here, just to be a little more efficient. Just because 6 is obviously overkill, so why not send a couple to long distance collect here? He's got a Vet 2 Crusader with the blue laser. Yeah, Pred's gonna try and retake his base here. And it's closing in on the 90-minute mark, so this will probably be the last game. If Pred does win it, then I'll make it go to a decider. But if DCE wins it, then I think DCE will probably win the set as a result. Phobos barely gets behind the War Factory, which is nice. It's a supply drop from the from outer space into the drop zone. Yeah, he's just getting his army reset constantly, and he's fighting against resupplies, 2 oils now even, so once Burton comes out, especially if he gets the carbon laser upgrade, it's gonna look very dire for Cyber here, I reckon. Yeah, his War Factory is gonna get disabled by this microwave even, so it's not like he's got a lot of production left. He's got a couple security systems, but security systems only do so much. Especially against tech, like it's not really that helpful. There's the laser burden. Couple of Phoboses roaming about. Yeah, Burton's gonna time bomb this war factory, and I think after that, Pred's probably dead. He just got 3-star, and maybe he's gonna try and save his buildings. He's actually time bombed the supply, which is also a very good target because he's gonna run out of money. Like he just will flat out not have money. Yeah, he remotes the war factory, and the war factory's dead. Bye bye war factory, and this supply center is also gonna die. He builds a raven. He's starting to knife some of the infantry as well. He has nothing to protect Burton right now, which is a bit unfortunate. And he's actually knifing this drop bit by bit. He's got a spy drone on one of his droids, but I don't know if he has carbon laser or not, but no, he doesn't have carbon laser. So he actually could try and engage it head on with the Ravens as well. Load of laser Thors too. And yeah, I think DC has a very free game. He's getting laser paladins even. New cameo again. Yeah, now he's got the carbon laser, and that's one of the new units. There we go. That's the Methal has actually returned, but completely new role now. So instead of being a heavy anti-air, anti-PDL unit, it is now the artillery unit that laser gets at rank 3. And it basically functions the same as like an Athena cannon from like the Red Alert game. So I'm not sure if it's from Red Alert or which game it's from, but I know it's similar to Athena cannons. Basically, it fires this long ion targeting ray and just fires an ion beam. And with search and destroy, these things are insanely strong. So that's a 4-2 for DCE at the moment. Yeah, the Methal returns, but it's basically got artillery as its role instead of anti-air, which is pretty cool. I think Laser definitely need an artillery unit for the longest of time, because the Libras just suck at, like, from rank 3 onwards. They barely qualify for an artillery for rank 1, but at rank 3 you need something way better, and yeah, Laser's finally got one. And the Methals are admittedly very powerful, so it's not like they're any sort of slouch. Wait, so let me just let the guys know. Yeah, so whatchamacallit? Yeah, thank you, Tikelio. It is from Riddler 3 Allies. So yeah, it's whatchamacallit. That's the end of the stream now, because I have to like get going. But I gave the set 90 minutes, and basically whoever got the most wins the set. Um, if you want, I can join you in voice if we still play. I can do a couple. I have to leave soon after games. I'll join the voice call with DCE for a little bit just to have a little bit of dev talk for you guys. So let me join the voice chat. There we go. I'll open up the game so either of these guys can play. And yeah, as you can see, loads of colors to pick from. I just have a missing string file, so it says missing here, but lots of different hues of blue. There's a little bit of a beige here as well. Just quite nice. Let me open up observer spots as well. There we go. Hello. Hello,
Hey,
DC.
hello, Marco.
Congratulations on winning.
Yeah, thanks. I think map and matchup decide most of it. As you
Hmm.
saw, Pred and I are almost equal in skills.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'd say so.
yeah.
So, what did you think of in terms of like what we've shown so far? Like, is there anything in particular you would be interested to show?
Yeah, I don't know now because we are doing this developer version for almost a year without releasing any beta or alpha release. So I'm not sure what people want to see
I can ask the chat if
because
they want to see anything specific, like from a
yeah,
faction.
most of our changes are balance and as you saw cameos and some effects, and there are no so many new models and units.
Hmm. I mean, we saw a couple new things. So we saw
Yeah, yeah, of
the
course.
flame crawler, the cloning vats.
Yeah, indeed.
Um, I think we also saw a couple new things with regards to the new tank hunters. They were brought back,
Yeah,
which is
indeed.
nice.
And rank one.
Hmm. So we can do a couple games if you want, just
Yeah, sure,
so we can show
sure.
the
Just
stream
yeah,
like different
show and
things.
discuss some stuff.
Yeah, so let me just see. I'll ask the
Mm-hmm.
chat if there's anything they want to see in particular. Someone's a
And
super weapon, so I'll pick super weapon.
yeah, super weapon is good because I wasn't able to show how defense cores are able to pack and unpack on different locations.
Ah, right.
Basically move around the map.
Let me see if I can find a map that we haven't tried yet.
Mm.
Um,
Will Pred join us? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Let
Like
me
I opened
offer.
it for a couple of minutes
Yeah,
just to
let
check.
me offer observer.
Okay,
Offer him.
I'll just look for a map in the meantime. Oh, let me open a
Hmm.
slot.
Actually, this map is kind of hard and bad for a super weapon general because any other general has tons of supplies here and can basically steamroll super weapon.
Mm. It
Super
really
weapon is
depends a lot on if super weapon can secure the third, I think, on this map. I-
yeah,
If they can,
yeah,
then it becomes very difficult to beat super weapon
yeah,
otherwise.
indeed. I was going for a rush against Predator and rush failed, so
Mm.
you saw.
I could do this map as well. I haven't
Yeah,
seen Fred hasn't joined yet, so I guess we can do a couple.
yeah, sure. Should I pick any particular general or just go?
You can go randoms.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay,
Cell general.
this is a nice matchup. I like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
Cell
they.
general is basically the best against super weapon.
Mm-hmm. And as you
So
guys can see on stream, there's a lot of new cameos. You can see the dozer interface. ICBM got
mhm.
an updated one. Atlas
Yeah,
got updated.
thanks to Tria and his work
Mm-hmm.
on cameos.
Build anywhere. Let's build. What's the story? What's the story? Made in the US of A. Laying the foundation.
If you can hear my mouse clicking, it can be annoying.
Clocked in.
Don't worry, it's not coming through the stream.
New construction. Always ready. Any more projects? Have a job for me? Let's build.
Need a delivery, General?
New construction.
delivery, General.
I'll build anywhere. Want to make some improvements? I'll build anywhere. What's the story? New construction? Clocked in. Made in the US of A. Always ready. I'll build anywhere. Loud and clear. Keep me busy. Make my own road. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. For me. Always ready. That one's done. All finished. Laying the foundation.
Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about on stream. The Hydra. This is a very old unit that a lot of people might not recognize, but it's basically an artillery disabler.
Ready to fight. What is your command?
And it's unlocked at the Strat Center, as you can see.
Got room for 5. Want to make some improvements?
Unit lost.
The Army's backbone.
Come on in. Let's go for it. Buckle up.
Yeah, getting to work.
What is your command?
Have a job for
Humvee
me?
here. Oh, be careful now.
What's the story?
How about a lift?
Upgrade
Break it loose.
complete.
Always ready. Yeah, keep 'em busy. Want to make some improvements?
Reporting.
Unit
Got
lost.
one
Get
spot.
to work.
Humvee here. Oh,
Ready to
yeah.
fight.
Yeah. Have a job for me?
Humvee here.
What is your command?
Right here. I want to blow something
How
up.
about a lift?
Got my missile launcher right here.
Want to make some improvements?
Got room for 5.
Got my missile launcher
Come
right
on in.
here.
Humvee here. Looks like a good run.
What's the story? Sounds good.
Reporting.
Unit lost.
Yeah.
That one's done.
How about a lift? Let's go.
That one's
Let's
done.
go for it.
Always clocked in. Want to make some
Come on in.
improvements?
Awaiting orders.
Laying the foundation.
Unit lost.
Ground support.
Always ready.
Humvee here. Let's go.
Clocked in. Always ready.
Got room for 5. Yes, sir. Humvee here. How about a lift? Ready. Roger out. Got room for 5.
All finished. Any more projects?
Unit
Ready
lost.
to
in.
fight.
How about a lift?
Got my missile launcher right here.
Humvee here.
That one.
Okay, everybody
Got
out.
my missile launcher right here.
Want to make some improvements? Good area. Let's build.
Yes, sir. Roger out.
The Army's backbone.
Clocked in.
Unit lost.
Bring on the scaffolding.
Humvee here. Oh, yeah. Ready. Come on in.
Let me launch one.
Got room for 5.
All finished.
Got room for 5.
Always ready.
A pluribus unum.
Have a job for me? That one's done. Going up.
Come on in. How about a lift?
Clocked in. Want to make some improvements?
Yes, sir.
All checked out. Yeah, right here.
What's the story?
What's that command?
How about a lift? Reporting in.
Got something fun for me? Blow something up. Let me launch one.
One going for free.
Come on in. Let's go for
Yes,
it.
sir. Want to give him the bad news?
Laying the foundation. Sounds good. What's the story? Made in the US of A. Clocked in.
Let's pop some tanks.
What can I do?
Got anything good?
Warning. GPS scrambler activated.
Yeah, right here. Y'all ready
Reporting
back there?
in. Humvee here. Looks like a good run. Yes, sir. Securing area.
Yeah,
Reporting
right
in.
here.
All finished. Yeah, made in the US
Ground
of A.
support ready. Ground support. Securing area. Flashbangs are ready.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Any more projects? Want to make some improvements? Projects. Laying the foundation. Want to make some improvements?
The Army's backbone. Marching forward.
Got my missile launcher right here.
Any more projects? Always ready. construction. Bring on the scaffolding.
A pluribus sooner.
Unit lost.
That one's done.
I'll fire at anything.
Ready to fight. What is your command?
Ready for Let me launch one. Take cover in there.
What's that command?
Slippery target.
Always ready. What's the story? That one's
Reporting.
Undetected. Ready for covert mission. No restrictions. Got my missile launcher right here.
Come on in.
always ready. Yeah? On the
Unit
job.
lost.
Got my missile launcher right here. Got my missile launcher right
Always
here.
ready.
We will destroy the enemy. I want to blow something up. Let me launch one. Huh?
Got room
I
for
want to
five.
blow something up. Let me launch one. Huh? Let's go in that building. It'll be a nice view. I want to blow something up. Let me launch one.
Need a delivery, General?
Unit lost.
Humvee here. How about a lift?
That one's done.
Let's go for it. Laters.
Yeah?
At your disposal. Triangulating
Clocked
attack
in.
coordinates.
Got room for five.
Stealth fighter, ready for flyby.
Come on in. Let's go.
They won't get locked.
Unit lost.
Artillery tactics will be done. At your disposal. Out.
Have a job for
Warning.
me.
GPS scrambler activated.
What's the story?
Stealth fighter, ready for flyby. Paying a surprise visit.
Artillery deployed. Artillery
We're out of
deployed.
supplies
Any
over
more
here.
projects?
Come on in.
At your command.
Yeah, good area. Keep 'em busy.
Got room for five.
Ready, moving out. Artillery deployed.
Ready. Securing area.
We will destroy the enemy.
New construction?
At your command.
Slippery
At your command. Artillery deployed.
Unit lost.
Easy objective. At your disposal. Moving out.
Reporting in.
Ready for battle.
Any more projects?
At your command. They will never see it coming. His will be done.
ready for covert mission. We're under wraps.
At your
Stealth
disposal.
fighter,
Any more projects?
I want to blow something up. They won't
Unit
get locked.
lost.
At your disposal.
Smooth and sleek. Running cool and quiet.
At your command.
They won't get locked. Smooth and sleek. No restrictions. Running cool and quiet. Paying a surprise visit. Running cool and quiet. We're under wraps. Sneaking in.
Particle cannon ready.
Laying the foundation.
Particle
make some
cannon
improvements?
activated.
Have a job for me? What's the story?
At your
Let's
command.
get to work.
Moving out. At your disposal.
Let's get to work.
An
Let's get
easy
to work.
objective.
Unit lost.
Construction?
At your approaching target. Ready for battle. Moving out. Approaching target.
Congratulations, General. You have been promoted.
Triangulating attack coordinates. At your approaching target.
Slippery tongue.
Ready for battle.
Ready for covert
At
mission.
your command. Ready for battle. Death has arrived. His will be done. Moving out. We will destroy the enemy.
What's the story? Let's
Warning.
what's the story?
GPS scrambler activated.
Yeah, on the job.
At your command. We will destroy
Any
the
more
enemy. Ready for
projects? Laying the foundation. Let's get to
finished.
work.
Clocked
Any more
in.
projects? Have a job
New
for construction? Loud and clear.
Slippery target.
At your disposal.
Let's get to work. Have a job for me? That one's done.
I'll fire at anything.
Upgrade complete.
Stealth fighter ready
Unit
for
lost.
flyby. We're under wraps.
Clocked in.
Smooth and sleek. Stealth fighter ready
Let's
for
get to
flyby.
work.
No restrictions. I'll leave no trail.
That one's done. That one.
Unit lost.
Have a job for me? Let's build.
Ready for battle. His will be done.
Clocked in. Let's get
Bring
to
on the
work.
scaffolding.
Let's get to
Always
work. ready.
Unit lost.
All
We will
finished.
destroy the enemy. An easy objective.
Let's get to work.
Ready for preparing to fight. An easy objective. An easy
Clocked
objective.
in. Always ready. Bring on
Wanna
the
make some
scaffolding and the
improvements?
foundation. Clocked in. New construction? Any more projects? What's the story?
At your command. Moving out.
Any more
This
projects?
supply pile is
Get to
done.
work.
Loaded with U.S.
All
quality.
finished. Let's
Aerial
build.
defense
Laying the
countermeasures
foundation. That
installed.
one's done. New construction?
missile launcher
At your command. Ready for battle.
What's the story? Let's
finished.
get to work.
Got my
Always
missile launcher
clocked
right
in.
here.
Always
Ready
ready.
to fight.
What's the
All
story?
finished.
Laying the foundation. That one's done.
We will destroy the
That
enemy.
one's done. Yeah. Keep 'em busy.
Slippery
All
top.
Something for
finished.
everyone. Serving our country.
Slippery top.
Ready for
All
battle.
finished.
At your command.
Clocked in.
I want to blow something up. You can fire it through the window. I want to blow something
What
up.
can I do?
That
Ready as
one's
soon as
all
approaching
finished.
target.
What's the story? Yeah. Always ready. Yeah. Let's build. What's the story? Any more projects? Want to make some
more
improvements?
projects? Unit
Clocked
lost.
in.
At your command.
Warning. GPS scrambler activated.
Want to make some improvements? Laying the foundation. Clocked in. Let's build. Clocked in. That one's done. Any more projects? New construction? Let's build. What's the story? Any more projects? On the job. What's the story?
Particle cannon
yeah,
ready.
that on the job.
Particle cannon
projects?
activated. Unit lost.
Laying the projects. Clocked in.
A pluribus unum.
Ready for covert
New
mission.
construction? Any more projects? Have a job for me?
This supply pile is
What's the
all
story?
finished.
Let's build.
Unit lost.
What's the story? Any more projects? Any more projects? Want to make some improvements? All finished. Always clocked in. What's the story? Any more projects? Let's build. What's the story? That one's done. Any more projects?
Unit lost.
Projects? Yeah. Want to make some improvements? That one's done. What's the story? That one's done. Locked in. Made a story. All finished. Clocked in.
Congratulations, General. You have been promoted.
That building is under
Unit
control.
lost.
More projects. Good area. New construction. Story.
Loaded with U.S. quality.
Ready for approaching target.
Let's build. What's the story? What's the story?
What can I do?
Want to make some improvements?
At your command.
Any more
An
projects?
easy objective.
Unit lost.
Any more projects?
Stealth fighter ready for flyby. I'll leave no trail. We're going
All
in.
finished.
We're going in.
What will you have me do, Commander? Certified builder.
All finished. Wanna make some improvements?
Warning, GPS scrambler activated.
Let's build. Good area. Lay in the foundation. Story. Always ready. Yeah? Good area. Finished.
Got anything good?
Search and destroy. At your disposal. His will be done.
Let's build. New construction. Any more projects?
We will destroy the enemy.
Building is finished.
Any more
Now I can
projects?
take a
For me.
break.
All
What will you
finished.
have me do,
Unit
Commander?
lost.
What's up? What will you have me do, Commander? Build and tie.
New construction. Have a job for me.
Gunship all checked out. Ready for covert mission. Ready for covert
What's the
mission.
story? Yeah? Let's build. Have a job for me. Going up. Any more
Need
projects?
something to be built, General?
Any more projects? Oh, any more projects?
They won't get a lock. We're under wraps. Running cool and quiet. Ready
Any
for
more
covert mission.
projects? What's the
Upgrade
story?
complete.
You want the best? Here I am.
Ready for battle.
Undetected. They won't get a lock. Cleaned and
Look at that. What will you have me do, Commander?
Particle cannon
It's
ready.
gonna look awesome.
Bring on the
Lay in the
scaffolding. foundation. Want to make some improvements? Let's build.
At your disposal. Approaching target command.
Particle cannon
Want to make some
activated.
improvements? What's the story?
Want to give them the bad news? Y'all ready back there? Yeah, right here.
The building is
Clocked
finished.
in. Any more projects? Deadly efficient. Any
Our
more
Colonel Burton
projects?
has been detected.
What do you got? Projects? Now this building should work.
Unit lost.
Building is now fully operational. If it can be made of concrete, I can build it.
What do you got? I'll take anything you give me.
Unit lost.
All finished. Colonel Burton here. Want to make some improvements?
What will you have me do,
GPS
Commander?
scrambler activated.
Lay in the foundation.
Cleaned and melted.
Our Colonel Burton has been detected.
Keep it good. I'll be there.
Unit lost.
I see everything.
Clocked in.
What's the plan?
You are victorious.
Alright, nice. That was a super effing game, to be honest.
Yeah. I think Lagoon map would be much better for our
Okay,
if we wanna play last game or something.
sure, we can do Lagoon.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me look at the generals, see if there's anything that might be interesting to show. I'll just do random. Okay. This is a nice matchup.
Yeah.
I will do the best.
The enemy better not spot me.
What do you want with me? Can I have some shoes?
The enemy better not spot me. This crazy contraption actually works.
Our work is complete. I will try to hide.
Crucial. We are harmless.
What do you want with me? This hammer is heavy.
Ready for war.
I will work.
Ready for war. Ready for war.
I will work.
No cost is too great.
Flying this thing makes me nervous.
We are the engine of our noble cause.
This thing better not kill me.
Work.
I got my eyes in this crazy contraption actually works.
I will work.
Oh, I better not crash.
Our courage will be seen by all.
The enemy better not spot
I
me.
will work.
Yes, I will spy there.
It is a safe place to hide.
You better be paying attention.
Complete.
This thing better not kill me.
I will work. Completed. Ow! Okay, I will work. I will work.
Flying this thing makes me nervous.
No cost is too great. Our way is we will not be oppressed. Our courage
The enemy
will be
better
seen
not
by
spot me.
all. We will not be
Finished with
oppressed.
the building. I'm hungry. Yes. Does it have to be so far?
Our way is through.
Flying this thing makes me nervous.
Bolted down and ready. Our clan is strong.
The building belongs to
Cannot
us
we
now.
live in peace?
We
I'm
are
just a
watched by the
peasant.
enemy.
What do you want with me? Do not hurt me.
Prepare to
Bolted
fight.
down and ready. We take what we need. Let's get in the fight. What do you want? It still runs.
A warrior is fallen.
Hang
Our
on.
work is complete.
We are going.
Our work is
Find me
complete.
a crash site. Nothing. We'll break him down. What's in it for me? What do you want? Load it!
Yes. Cannot we live in What do you want with me? Do not hurt me.
GLA's
I will
economy
obey.
on wheels.
I will try to hurry.
Complete.
Reserve fight.
We take what we need. We are going.
I will work.
We
I
fear
am
nothing.
finished with the building.
Load it!
I will yes. I will do the best I can.
Show me the supplies. Find me a
I
crash
will
site.
work.
What do you want?
Scorpion.
We'll
ready
take
to
him apart.
I will work.
Guarding the
No
GLA
cost.
underground.
It's too great. We take what we need. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. Load it! Find me a crash site. Let's make a salvage run. Hang on. We'll break him down.
Ow! Okay, I will work.
Our clan is strong. We fear
I
nothing.
am finished with the building. Okay, I
Our
will
clan is
work.
strong.
I am
Scorpion,
finished
ready
with
to.
the
What do
building.
you want?
I'm just a peasant.
What? It still run. It still run. Let's get in the fight. Load it! Hang on. Load it!
A
Our
warrior
clan
has
is strong.
fallen.
Yes, I know.
I will
What do
obey.
you want? Find me a
Our
crash site.
building is
We are
not
going.
active.
Light tank of the GLA. Scorpion tank.
I'm
Let's get in the
hungry.
fight. We take what we need.
The new camo netting has arrived.
As you request. It still run. It still run. Find me a crash site. Our clan is
Our
ready to
warrior
speak.
has
I will do
fallen.
what do you want. It still run. Let's get in the fight. Scorpion tank. I will do my best. Scorpion tank. No lack of courage. Scorpion.
This stash
ready
is
to
big
stay.
enough.
I will do my best. Yes, it's good. Light tank of the GLA. Scorpion
Warrior has
tank.
fallen.
I will do my
will
best.
work.
I will do this. We are the just ones.
I'm
Scorpion,
hungry.
ready to
Cannot
stay.
we live in peace?
Scorpion
I will
tank.
work.
Not be mocked. I understand. I will do my best. We are the
I'm
just ones.
hungry.
We are
I'm
harmless.
just a peasant. I will work.
Scorpion tank.
I'm just a peasant. I
Light
will
tank
work.
of the GLA. Infidel. Scorpion, ready to stay. Scorpion tank.
Ow! Okay,
Supply
I will
storage of
work.
the GLA.
Light tank of the GLA.
Yes, I will do the best I can.
Scorpion
I am
tank.
finished with the building. I will
Scorpion,
work.
ready
I
to
will
stay.
work.
No lack of
What do
courage.
you want with me?
Our will is strong.
Do not hurt me.
Supplies.
Okay, I will work.
This stash is big enough.
Yes. Building construction
is
will
what we
be
want.
completed.
Show me the supplies.
Nothing is private. better reception there.
Cannot we live in peace?
Camo netting has arrived.
What do you want?
What's the plan?
Light tank of the
We are
GLA.
the engine.
Do not
Noble
hurt me.
cause.
Your mother not better
No lack
than
of
me.
courage.
Like my
Our
big
will
gun,
is
huh?
strong. Yes, it's good.
I will work. Building construction
Light tank
has
of the
been
GLA.
completed.
No
I
enemy
am
is too
traveling
far.
to the building. What do you want with me? I will work. Okay,
I will do
work.
my
I
best.
will work.
They must die.
What's the
Light
plan?
tank of the GLA.
I will work.
Very well. Let us tune. I will do my best. I will do this.
I will work.
GLA's economy is
I'm
on
just a peasant. What do you want with me?
Scorpion tank.
I will work. Do not hurt me. I will obey.
No lack of courage.
am the
Very
enemies to
well.
the building.
It is good.
I'm hungry.
Light tank of the
I
GLA.
will work. I'm just a peasant.
the
I'm
enemy.
hungry. I am finished with the building. That is
Scorpion
what you
tank.
want.
No lack of courage. I will do this.
I'm just a peasant. Construction has been. What do you want with me? Cannot we live in peace?
Our will is strong.
I'm just a peasant. Finished with the building. Okay, okay.
I will
work.
do my best. No lack of courage. Fast as I can. These people
Supply storage of the GLA.
It is good. Our will is strong.
Do not hurt me.
Very well. Light tank of the GLA. I will do this. It is good.
Enemy is using it as GPS scrambler.
A new camo netting has
Scorpion
arrived.
ready to
Camo
sting.
netting has arrived.
Very well.
I will obey.
Light tank of the GLA.
Lurking eyes at your disposal.
We bring shell-shocking news.
Scorpion ready to sting.
Iron Breast.
Ready for victory.
No lack of courage. Very well. Prepare to fight.
I am okay. I will work. Building construction has been
I will fast as I can. Scorpion tank. Yes, I understand. Scorpion. Ready to sting. I will do this.
What do you want with me? I will obey. I'm just a peasant. Do not hurt me.
No lack of courage.
A new
Cannot
camo
we
netting
live
has
in
arrived.
peace?
Scorpion.
Hell's artillery. Like my big gun, huh? That's a lot of firepower.
I am finished with the building.
Let's get things more high explosive.
Okay. I will not hurt me. Cannot we live in peace? This is hard work.
Looking for destruction.
Ready to sting. Scorpion. Ready
Dana here, what's the plan?
Building
Scorpion
construction
tank.
has been completed.
It will be taken care of. As you request.
Yes, if that is what you
Scorpion
want.
ready to sting.
This stash is big
Ready
enough.
to sting.
Okay, I
Our
will
will
work.
is strong.
Yes. This is hard work. What do you want? I will work.
Scorpion
Cannot
ready
we
to
live in
sting.
peace?
Scorpion ready to sting.
camo netting
Light
has
tank of the
arrived.
GLA.
A warrior has fallen.
Fast as I can.
What's the plan?
Okay, I will work.
I'll dig them a grave.
I'm hungry.
Scorpion,
What do you
ready
want?
to sting.
Hell's artillery. An order I cannot question. Interesting. No enemies too far. Behold the Dana.
Our will is strong.
Just send me the coordinates. Receive.
Some supply storage.
Ready to witness victory.
I will obey.
No lack of courage.
Okay, I will work. Finished with the building. Yes.
No enemies
What
too
I'm
far.
living in can't build there. Okay, I will work.
Light tank of the GLA.
We bring shell-shocking news.
Our enemy is using their GPS scrambler.
I will do my best. Scorpion
I will
tank.
work. Do not hurt me. Finished with the building. What do you want?
Who needs mortars when you have this?
Yes. I will try to hurry. I will work. A lot of work.
Ready to witness victory? Like my big gun, huh?
I will obey. This is hard work.
Looking for destruction.
Has been completed. What do you want me? Oh, okay, I will work.
Ready for victory? Dana here, what's the plan?
Building construction has been completed. Do not hurt me. I'm just a peasant. Do not hurt me.
We bring shell-shocking news. Looking for destruction.
Construction has been completed.
Let's get things more high explosive.
Our will is strong.
Okay, I will work. Cannot we live in peace? I'm hungry.
Our
I
courage
will
will be
obey.
seen by
Finished
all.
with the building. Yes.
Command truck rolling out.
Scorpion tank.
Dana speaking.
No lack of courage.
A warrior has fallen.
Expanding service area.
Light tank of the GLA. It is good.
What do you want with me?
Scorpion
Very
well.
well. Is complete. Yes.
Ready for
What do you
enemies.
want with me?
Too far.
A warrior has fallen.
We bring shell-shocking
I will
news.
do my best. We have captured the building.
Our work is complete. Building harder walls.
Ready for war.
Let us see what they are up to.
Scorpion light tank of the
Let
GLA.
us see what they are
No
up to.
enemies. Too far. Who needs mortars when you have this? Advancing. Dana, no hesitation. Like my big gun, huh? Just send me the coordinates.
obey.
Dana has
A
answered.
warrior has fallen.
I'll dig them a grave. Shatter their will. Ready for victory.
Higher rank.
Scorpion ready to sting. Scorpion ready to sting.
Self-propelled gun howitzer. Interesting.
A warrior has fallen.
We bring shell-shocking news. Who needs mortars when you have this? Receive.
Yes.
Let's fight. Prepare
A warrior
to fight.
has fallen.
Scorpion ready to sting. Scorpion tank.
Looking for destruction.
I'm hungry. Cannot we live in peace? I will obey. I'm just a peasant.
They will see our majesty.
Do not hurt
No
me.
enemies.
The
Too
higher
far.
order prepare to fight. I will do my
I
best.
will work. I will work. I will obey.
Need some supply
I'm just
storage?
a peasant.
For the enemy.
Cannot we
A
live in
warrior has fallen.
No cost. It's too
will
great.
work.
Ready to stay. The way is clear. The enemy.
Ready to witness here. What's the plan?
I
The
will work.
onwards for the enemy.
I will obey. A lot of work.
Just send me the coordinates.
Ready to stay.
Advancing.
I will work. I'm just a peasant. I will obey.
Giant
Yes, artillery.
is using their GPS scramble. A
I'm just a
warrior has
peasant.
fallen.
What do you want? We cannot we live in peace?
Ready for victory. I'll dig them a grave.
I will work.
Dana
I'm
has
just a
answered.
peasant. Do not hurt me.
Looking for destruction.
A warrior has fallen.
Let's get things more high explosive.
No cost. Take to great
Surpassing
glory.
all boundaries.
I will obey. Is complete. Okay, I will work. I will do what I must.
Like my big gun, huh?
Okay, I will work.
A warrior has fallen.
I will cannot we live in peace?
Scorpion tank.
Building construction has been completed.
The higher order. Prepare
I
ready
am
to stay.
finished with the
Ready
building.
for
Do
war.
not hurt me. What do you want?
Ready for
I will obey.
Our land must be preserved.
GLA radar services. Nothing is private.
I'm just a peasant. I will obey. I will try to hurry.
Let's fight.
A warrior has fallen.
Behold the Dana.
Building construction has been completed.
GLA radar services.
Ready for victory.
Building construction has been completed.
No hesitation. Like my big gun, huh? Looking for destruction. We bring shell-shocking news. We bring shell-shocking news.
Our will is strong.
A warrior has fallen.
Who needs mortars when you have this?
I am waiting. Anything else? You spotted position. I don't care who they are. I will slip in. I will slip in.
A warrior has fallen.
Our work is complete.
Oh, okay,
Cannot we
okay,
leave
I
it?
will
Yes.
work. Marauder tank assembled. A new camo netting has arrived.
If that is what you want. What do you want with me?
Oh, okay, okay, I will
I'm
work.
just a peasant.
Our land okay, over there. Preserve it.
Preparing my tools.
Self-propelled gun howitzer. My turn.
Do not hurt me.
We are victorious.
Boy, those obstacles are actually so annoying.
Yeah, they actually give some experience in
Oh,
developer
they
build.
like a small
Yeah.
amount though, right?
Yeah, small amount because it was really annoying if you destroy one of them with so much pain and you get nothing in return.
Yeah. The barricades are insanely strong. Anywho,
Yeah.
I think I'm probably gonna have to head off for now. It was a nice
Yeah.
stream. Thank you so much for playing DC and
Yeah,
Synth the
thanks
Pred.
for streaming Contra. I hope we do it even more in the future.
Yeah, I hope to do the same. Make sure to send your PayPal to me, so because you won the set, so I need to send the
Oh,
prize.
no, no need.
Okay. All right, no problem. No problem.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
Eh,
see ya.
see ya.
Bye.
Take care. And with that, I'll end the stream off. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the Contra X stream. I hope to get some more Contra content out in the future. So yeah, I'm really excited, especially because I'm allowed to showcase some of the stuff on stream, like on the new build. So yeah, there you have it. Enjoy your day and take care for now. Bye bye.